Most developers entering AI feel like they are already behind. It feels like everyone else has figured it out, while you are still catching up. So the natural reaction is to learn more. More tutorials, more tools, more topics. Machine learning, deep learning, LLMs, LangChain, vector databases, agents, fine-tuning, all at once. It feels productive. It feels ambitious. It feels like effort. It feels like urgency. But here's the uncomfortable truth. You're not behind. You're distracted. And that distraction is what's slowing you down far more than any lack of knowledge. Because in today's AI hiring market, breadth without direction is not impressive. It's confusing. You move from one topic to another every few days. LLMs this week, fine-tuning next week, agents after that. Each topic feels interesting, so you keep going. But nothing connects. Nothing builds on top of what you did before. After months of effort, you don't have a strong project or a clear story. This is the real problem. You are active, but not progressing in a meaningful direction. The AI space is evolving fast. New tools and frameworks show up every day. So trying to keep up feels like the right strategy. But the more topics you chase, the less depth you build. And without depth, nothing stands out. From your perspective, you are learning constantly. But from a hiring perspective, your profile looks scattered and unclear. When your learning is scattered, your output becomes scattered. Your resume lists tools, but doesn't show direction. Your projects look like experiments, not solutions. Your GitHub shows activity, but not intent. Hiring managers don't try to interpret potential. They look for clear signals. And if your work doesn't point in one direction, they simply move on. Here's the reality most developers miss. Hiring is not about how much AI you know. It's about how clearly you fit a role. Companies are not hiring people who explored everything. They are hiring people who can solve specific problems. If your profile doesn't align to a direction, you become difficult to place. And difficult to place candidates rarely get shortlisted. The shift you need to make is simple, but uncomfortable. Stop trying to cover the entire AI landscape. Start building clarity in one direction. When your learning aligns, your projects align. When your projects align, your story becomes obvious. And when your story is obvious, your profile becomes valuable. Clarity is what turns effort into visible progress. Step 1 is choosing a direction. Not permanently, just for now. This is where most people hesitate because they don't want to limit themselves. But not choosing is what keeps you stuck. You can pick something like Gen AI application development, ML pipelines, or data-focused roles. The goal is not to be perfect. The goal is to reduce noise. The moment you choose a direction, you automatically eliminate most of what you don't need to learn. And that is what creates speed. Step 2 is learning with intent. Only learn what directly supports your direction. If you're building Gen AI applications, focus on prompts, retrieval, APIs, and system behavior. You don't need deep theoretical knowledge of every model. You need working understanding where it matters. This makes your learning practical. And practical learning converts into real output, not just notes or half-finished ideas. Step 3 is building connected work, not isolated demos. Your projects should evolve. Version 1, Version 2, improved version. This shows how you think. It shows how you improve systems. And most importantly, it shows ownership. That's what hiring managers trust. Because real work is not about one perfect project. It's about continuous improvement. Step 4 is removing distractions. This is where most people fail. Every new tool feels important. Every new trend feels urgent. But not everything is relevant to your path. Every unnecessary topic adds cognitive load. And cognitive load reduces clarity. You don't need to understand everything happening in AI. You need to understand what matters for your direction. Learning less is not falling behind. It's moving forward with intention. This is the mindset shift that changes everything. You are not late. You are not missing out. You are just spreading your effort too thin. Once you remove distractions, progress accelerates naturally. Because now everything compounds. Each skill builds on the previous one. Each project strengthens your story. And your growth becomes visible, not just internal. You don't need to learn everything in AI. You need to become useful in one clear direction. That's how you stand out. That's how you get interviews. And that's how you transition faster. Focus is not limiting your opportunities. It's creating them. Once your direction is clear, everything else becomes easier. Your learning improves, your projects improve, and your career starts moving forward with purpose. If you want to build an AI-ready career with strategy instead of guesswork, subscribe. We'll continue breaking down what actually matters in the AI hiring market, calmly, clearly, and without hype. Thanks for watching.